essentially
What do you
mean?
do when you get stuck on a movie line with a guy like this behind you?
Wait a minute, why can't I
It's just
get my
maddening.
opinion? This is a free country?
He can give you. You have to give it so loud. I mean, aren't you ashamed to pontificate like that? And the funny part of it is, Marshall McLuhan, you don't know anything about Marshall McLuhan's work.
Really, I happen to teach a class at Columbia called TV, Media, and Culture. So I can get my insights into Mr. McLuhan. So I have a great deal of belief.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because I happen to have Mr. McLuhan right here. So, yeah, just let me come over here for a second. Tell me.
I heard what you were saying. You know nothing of my work. You mean my whole fallacy is wrong. How you ever got to teach a course in anything is totally amazing.
Boy, if life were only like this.
I have, by the way, peculiar reading habits that I've developed in recent years. I read only the right-hand page of serious books. If it's a frivolous, relaxing book, I read every word. But serious books, I read on the right-hand side only because I've discovered an enormous redundancy in any well-written book. And I find that by reading only the right-hand page, this keeps me very wide awake, filling in the other page out of my own noodle. Now, art crashes through. The entire world perceived as junk heap. The junk world is the world of the artist who sets about creating order out of junk and garbage. Garbage means clothing. The new clothing of the planet is garbage. It isn't only New York. But the entire planet is now like that, as garbage dump. Everything on the planet is in scrap. Every institution. And so the artist now comes into his own, so that every child, every member of our population has to adopt a creative role in order to survive. But businessmen and politicians alike discovered that it's not easy to have a role involved with people anymore, that their job cuts them off from people. And we all know examples of how the executives drop out by the millions now because they've lost touch with the process of the firm. And the political dropout and the executive dropout and the university president dropout is the ordinary event of today. The teacher, the student dropout, the teacher dropout, the mother dropout. This is the ordinary attempt of people to get back in touch. If you want to get in touch, you drop out. Personally, I hate travel. I find it a kind of suspended animation that is very exhausting and disturbing because one is constantly adjusting to new spaces, new phases, and this is I find a great drain on nervous energy. But travel has many forms, and this kind of horizontal travel on rolling stock is much more conducive to social life and reading and chat. Whereas when you go up in an airplane, you're suspended in a kind of time zone. You're really out of space, and you begin to work away at forming a destination image or syndrome that imprisons you in a kind of hope bubble or pattern. In any structure that has any man-made qualities, something is enhanced or enlarged or speeded up. Something is simultaneously obsolesced. Something is simultaneously retrieved that had been pushed out earlier. And something is finally brought into being a kind of opposite of the thing that you started with. I ordinarily use things like zipper, which enhances clasping, obsolesces buttons and bows, retrieves long sweeping garments, for which buttons and bows are useless, and flips into Velcro, which is its own clasp. If you're surrounded with banality of programming, then why not devote your powers to discerning patterns and exciting matters in the banalities, doing a sort of corporate psychiatric job on them, instead of merely selecting, sorting, and discarding, and ignoring nearly everything around them.
Aren't they going to turn that down? Waiting for go-go.